Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Track Record. This is a series where I break down all of my NFL bets throughout the week, Thursday through Monday. A lot to get into this week, so let's get into it. This series is really just giving a snapshot of my betting week and sharing my wins, losses, my takeaways, and things I need to improve on for next week. If I could sum up week 3, I would say that we made some improvements from week 2. If you haven't seen week 2 of Track Record, definitely check that out. I'll leave a link on the screen now. Studied more film. I think I got more out of my research and study sessions last week, and I think that showed with some of the bets that I made and some of the results of those bets. But let's get into Thursday. I started the week going 3 for 3 for the New England Patriots and Jets game. Felt good to go 3 for 3 after having a mixed bag of results in week 2. So it's great to start the week with all wins. I had a Ramondre Stevenson and Breece Hall over 25 rushing yards in the quarter 1 bet. This was a sports book special. I think it was boosted odds. I also had the Jets spread -6.5. Didn't think that the Patriots were going to be very competitive this game. Thought that the Jets would plan well against the Patriots run game, stop that. They ended up doing that effectively, making the Patriots throw the ball. And we learned that the Patriots have little to no passing game when you do cut off the run game. And the Jets just able to smother them and kind of went as I thought. And good to get 3 wins under my belt for the Thursday game. Moving on to the Sunday games, 1 o'clock. I went 3 for 8 in these games. The Green Bay Packers and Titans game, I ended up tossing one of my free bets on there, so that's why you see a second Titans money line bet. This was a free bet that I accumulated last week. Decided to throw it on the Titans. Thought that the Titans were going to have a blowout game against Green Bay. Very wrong on that, unfortunately. However, did win my final 3 1 o'clock games with the Eagles and Saints, Chargers and Pittsburgh, and the Broncos and Tampa Bay. The Giants and Browns game shocked me heavily. I need to go back and watch some film on the Cleveland Browns. I would think that the Cleveland Browns would be able to wipe the floor with the Giants and easily win, especially at home and how they play football. But Giants ended up making a statement, and good for them. So props to the Giants, props to Daniel Jones. I'm still on the Titans train. However, they did lose against Green Bay. Not a great bet. Titans were favored this game. A lot of hype behind Caleb Williams and the Bears, and they weren't even able to get it done in Indy. Definitely need to tamper my expectations with the Bears, Green Bay, and the Browns, all teams that I whiffed on this week, as well as Houston and Minnesota. I thought this game was going to be a little bit more competitive. Only lost the over by, I think, 1 point. It ended 7-38, maybe. I forget the exact score, but lost by a very slim margin. Texans couldn't get anything on the board. C.J. Stroud was pressured the entire game, wasn't able to get more than 1 touchdown, and they could have had another touchdown in the fourth quarter, but I think all their secondary players were in and just wasn't meant to be. So 3 bets that didn't go my way. As far as the amount I placed on the game goes, I just did 1 unit per game aside from the Titans money line bet, which was a free bet, ended up being 0.8 units on this free bet. And nice to see the Eagles pay a little bit more than 1-1. But we end up going 3 for 8. Didn't lose any money on this bet because it was a free bet, but definitely missed out on the opportunity to win some back, win some money back with that free bet. So ended up going 3-4-8 in the 1 o'clock games. There were 5 4 o'clock games this Sunday. The Panthers, Raiders, Dolphins, Seahawks, Ravens, Dallas, so on. I went 3 for 5 on these games. However, as I was reconciling my tracker, I realized that I did something incorrect. My total payout and my bankroll was coming up different. What ended up happening was I didn't place 3 of my bets before these games started. So I didn't place the 49ers Rams, the spread on the Lions Cardinals game, and then I missed out on the under with Carolina. So that's why these have zeros as far as the amount that I wagered, because I forgot to wager. However, I did post all of my bets pregame. So kind of stinks because I'm just leaving money on the table here. And I could have sworn that I put these bets in. I went down my Google sheet and made sure I put money and recorded the odds on every single bet. But I guess I just missed these 3 bets. I don't know if I was planning to come back to them or I wasn't sure. I really can't remember, but very unlike me and disappointed because I left money on the table. Even though I lost the Carolina Raiders bet, I would have won the Rams and Cardinals bet. So an opportunity there to just be a little bit more, pay attention to some of the details. There's definitely an opportunity here to be a little bit more meticulous and have a bit more attention to detail when going through my bets. I do make these recommendations. I want to make sure that I am putting some skin in the game and practicing what I'm preaching, not being a hypocrite. I don't want to toss up numbers that I'm not betting on or bets that I'm not making. And it's just a gaffe from me. So apologize for not betting on these games, and I think I'm the most sorry because I leaving money on the table here. I would have made out if I placed money on these 3 bets. But as far as talking about the games, Carolina Raiders, Carolina had a great game with Andy Dalton stepping in at quarterback. Good for the Panthers to bounce back from a troubling 0-2 start. Miami and Seattle. Miami looked rough. I don't know what they're going to do for quarterback. I don't know if they're going to bring somebody else in. I don't know what they're going to do, really. Will be interesting to see how they approach the next few weeks, if they give their backup a few more games or if they start panicking a little bit sooner than later. However, Seahawks look good. Good to see them get the win there at home. Baltimore and Dallas, good win for the Ravens. And it really destroyed the Cowboys at their home stadium. And even though the game ended really close in the end and Dallas ended up recovering an onside kick, the game was already over. And, Baltimore's just playing preventative football at that point. Hey, let's just get the game over. We're already up by, 20 some odd points. Good win for the Ravens away to snap their 0-2 start to the season against a pretty tough non-conference opponent. San Francisco and Rams, I thought that this would be a close game based on the divisional matchup. 49ers are still beat up. Christian McCaffrey still not playing. Some of their receivers, Debo, is out as well. Just thought that this game was going to be close, even thought the Rams would pull it off. Decided to take a safer route and go for the spread. Would have gotten paid out if I made this bet. However, this was one of the ones that I didn't place. As well as the Lions minus 3.5. Definitely some opportunity for higher payout next time. The sportsbook was giving 3 points to the Lions, and from the start I just thought that this was very low. And Lions end up winning the game by a touchdown, and would have been a great bet if I had placed it. So for the 4 o'clock games, would have gone 3 of 5, end up going 1 of 1. For Sunday night and Monday night, I'm just going to combine the two. Kansas City Chiefs. Falcons came pretty close to winning this game, but fell short on a couple drives, couple game-winning drives. Just weren't able to punch this ball into the end zone, and Chiefs defense looks good. Atlanta Falcons just weren't able to run the ball on this Chiefs D-line. Falcons look good, though. I like their chances for the rest of the season. They're playing the Saints next week, which I think will be a great match, great divisional opponent in each of those teams. And Chiefs are looking good, though. So even though, hey, maybe they're not playing their best ball, they're finding ways to win. And I think that's what has made them great over the past couple seasons. The Monday games were very surprising to me. Not that I thought that the Jaguars were going to pull in an upset in Buffalo, but more so the Bengals just absolutely whiffing this game. And I thought this defense is going to be great. And, bringing in Geno Smith from the Ravens, having a career-high 5 interception season last season, just really expect more from this Bengals defense. I don't really see a lot of pressure on Jaden Daniels from the Bengals defense, and really just let him kind of do whatever they want. But good win for the Commanders, good win for Jaden Daniels, and Bengals are 0-3. I know they have some slow starts to the season. However, I think this is troublesome. You have the Steelers are 3-0, Browns are 1-2, Ravens are getting some wins, and there's not an easy game coming up for them. I think if they were going to, they play the Panthers next week. So if there's any game that the Bengals are sure to win, it's going to be next week. And hopefully that's good for them, and they're able to get that win under their belt and kind of drive some of that momentum forward into the rest of the season, because I think they're a good squad. I think they have great offensive weapons. I think they brought in some good defensive players, and I think they just need to play some complimentary ball. But as far as bets go, whiffed on the Sunday and Monday games here, and I ended up getting the Jamar Chase touchdown, which was nice. And if we are to scroll over, this paid, the odds on this were 130, so this paid a little over 1-1, and made up for some losses in the earlier in the day, or earlier in the day Sunday, I should say, and the Jaguars and the Bengals bet. But overall, in this block here, the Sunday and Monday end up going 1 for 5. And this is a special bonus. I got a 50% boost parlay, minimum 4 legs, and tried to do like my top 4 favorite bets for Sunday. End up going 2 of 2 on this parlay. You got to hit all 4 to have it pay out. And hit the Chargers in Pittsburgh under. Thought the Browns would easily win, and thought the Titans would win as well. Both of those teams are playing at home. So just only the parlay, just because I gotta get some extra odds boost on it. Boosted to 522, so it would have paid out over 5-1. And yeah, really just thought that those bets were reasonable. Some good favorites in there, but didn't end up working out. So next week I may have to throw in some touchdown bets, because it seems like I'm hitting all of my touchdown bets. So might change it up next week if I get a similar offer. So just looking at the bigger picture, these are all the bets I placed. I placed 22 bets total, lost 12 of them, won 10. However, 3 of those bets I did not place. So really ended up losing 11 bets and winning 8 bets. for a total of 19 bets placed. Just changed the figures. Ended up going 8 for 19 for a bet win percentage of 42.1% and an overall profit margin of around negative 10%. Now, theoretically, if I had placed all the bets that I said I was going to place, I would have ended still negative, but slightly less, with a profit margin of negative 3.6% and a bet win percentage of 45.5%. So definitely would have lightened my loss a little bit, but that's just hypothetical. So put a lot of time into my bets and making sure that they're thought out and that I will stand behind them. Putting real money into this, and just need to make sure that I'm following through and accounting for all my bets. So that may mean putting my bets in the night before, may mean just taking extra measures as far as screenshotting or just double checking. But I can't let this happen again. My betting process right now, at least for the Sunday games, is Saturday I will record all of my bets. I will sleep on it, and Monday morning I'll make any last-minute changes that I need to. That's when I'll post on X my final sheet of my Sunday bets. And before I post on X, I'll make sure to put in my bets to the sports book. So pretty much I finalize everything a couple hours before the 1 o'clock games start on Sunday. I just like doing it as close as possible to kickoff for 1 o'clock, just because I think I have all the information's out. The betting trends have already happened. I'm not really trying to get in too early. Some players may report as ineligible hours before the game or eligible. So I think just all that information is super important. But I'll do the 1 o'clock games all the way to Sunday at 8 o'clock. I'll do it all before 8, just so I don't have to make any bets throughout the day. My whole goal is to place my bets before the games start officially, before Sunday football officially starts, just so I can relax and watch the games and just focus on other betting things, not worrying about having to place another bet during the middle of the day. And I think I like that better. And I prefer to do that. I'm a football fan. I want to relax on my Sunday, my day off, and I want to worry about bets the day before and maybe the morning of. But during the day, just want to relax, just want to hang out, want to chill, and just want to watch some football. But maybe there is room for some live betting for betting on the 4 o'clock games while the 1 o'clock games are going on. Maybe there's some other insight. So I'm going to be open to that next week. Just looking to find a formula that works for me, works for my schedule, and is ultimately profitable at the end of the day. But I think that first starts with me being prepared during the week and during Sunday. And just like these players and these teams play, they make in-game adjustments. I think there's some room for myself to make some in-game adjustments as well to maybe some bets that I'm making. But going back to my actual betting numbers, ended up having a negative 1.66 unit loss on the week. Would have been negative 0.7 had I bet those other 2 games or other 3 games. But 2 consecutive losing weeks definitely is not a good feeling. It's still a loss for the week, even if I were to place those 3 bets. One thing I need to do is take a look at this Titans team, 0-3, and not able to win against a Malik Willis backup quarterback at the Packers. Granted, can't take anything, don't want to take anything away from this Packers team. Just want to figure out what's going on in Tennessee. The head coach, Brian Callahan, did not draft Will Levis, the quarterback for the Tennessee Titans. So I think that there's a big learning curve to this offense. It's not someone he wanted to draft originally, and there may be some tension there going forward in how this team becomes successful. Bears are the most overhyped team in the NFL. Caleb Williams, probably the most overhyped quarterback in the NFL. They won their first game due to their defense, and against the Texans really showed that, hey, he can't win under pressure. I haven't seen highlights from the Colts game, but I am sure it is a similar situation where he's getting pressured from the defense and not able to make plays. And my last takeaway is this Bengals team. I think they'll bounce back. However, it's tough having an 0-3 start, and I did get the touchdown bet correct. However, didn't seem like there's any game adjustments from the Bengals. They just kept on getting whooped by the Commanders' offense, and there is just no way for them to stop them from pushing the ball down the field. So I'd want to review their defense and see what that matchup looks like next week when the Bengals play the Panthers. So there you have it. There's a snapshot of my week 3. Did not go as well as I thought. Looking to bounce back and break this losing streak in week 4 of the NFL. If you haven't already, subscribe. I will be putting a video out every single week before the start of the new NFL week. Follow me on X. I'll be posting my Thursday bets this week for the Cowboys and Giants game, as well as I'll be posting my Sunday picks for the Sunday games. So check that out. Thanks for watching. Have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever time you're watching this video. And I'll see you guys next week.